Hey buddy, this is Colin, Mr. Old School Gamer, and today I'm bringing you another clip of the Tier 8 Russian premium cruiser Mikhail Kutuzov. And as I said before, this is a really strong ship. We play domination mode on Northern Lights. It's a 4-cap domination. And we start on the right flank, and I immediately thinking about going for C and D. On this map I always try to focus C and D unless I spawn at the opposite side, because of the little tight channel that links D and C, which make those two caps much easier to grab and to hold for a team. So this is always a big advantage if you play on this map. Now I don't really want to go for C, because C is much more for stealthier ships like destroyers. If I would go into C and try to cap C with my Mikhail Kutuzov, I will be terminated instantly. One of the biggest drawbacks of this ship is its paper-thin armor. You can pretty much get one-shotted by any battleship in the game. So I much rather go for D, where I can much more see the enemy coming and eventually do proper evasive maneuvers if I need to. As you see, there is a big concentration of enemy ships focusing on C, so it's a real good thing I didn't choose to go on that side. I have a friendly Tirpitz with me on this flank, which is really good to have. You should never go alone for this cap, because if you charge into D here and 3 or 4 enemy ships pops up when you are committed to this course, you will really hurt. You will probably die, so it's always good to have some kind of escort or backup with you, so at least you can share the damage. Now see, the enemy Bluskavika that took C is using the channel, just like I mentioned before, to try and grab D. So I really need to engage this destroyer as quick as possible, so he doesn't have a chance to launch torps on us. So I take out the enemy destroyer, and fortunately our carrier had some planes in the air, so those torps were spotted directly as soon as they left the tubes on the ships. And this is also a good thing to know if you're driving a destroyer. If you ever get spotted by a plane, so you get that plane detected symbol, you should never ever fire off any torps while you have that detection symbol, because everyone on the enemy team will see your torps as soon as they hit the water. So always wait for that icon, the icon I have right now. Always wait for that icon to disappear and then launch. Otherwise you will just waste your torps, because everybody will be able to maneuver away, so you won't hit them anyway. Excuse me. Now I have a bit of a situation here. I'm coming up to the end of this island and I see an enemy Colorado charging around the bend. Now I really need to put on the brakes and pop my smoke, because enemy Colorado could pretty much one-shot me at its range, so I can't afford to charge in ahead. So instead I sit in my smoke and I start to engage both the carrier and the Colorado.
Smoke screen set.
So I'm trying to desperately get some fire started. I have some fires already on the carrier, but I want him to burn as long as possible. So he don't have the ability to receive or launch any planes. So this is one of the big strengths of this cruiser, the ability to just park and sit in smoke and fire away at enemy targets. They can't really fire back at you. Well, they can actually fire back at you, and since you are such a big ship, you will probably get hits on you even if you sit in the smoke, but they can't really get good accuracy on you. And you should also never do this if you have some enemy destroyers nearby, because they will just send all their torps on your smoke and you will pretty much die. Now this Turpitz made quite a big mistake here. He just charged on without me, and now he gets focused by both the Colorado and all the dive bombers, and I'm too far away to be able to help him with my AA. And I can't really take the blame for this. He saw that I was slowing down. He drove right past me and still just charged in alone, which he should never have done. He should have stayed with me by the cap and let the enemy overextend instead. But now he overextended and now he's dead. So I'm trying to kill off that Sims, but he's turning away and popping smoke. So he got away with just a sliver of health, and as you saw before, it takes just a few rounds from that Colorado to take pretty much half my health. So I can't really afford to brawl in close quarters with a Colorado or any type of battleship. Now, right now, this enemy Colorado makes a big mistake that I see many battleship players do. They see an enemy Kutuzov turning around, running away, and they think, oh, he's afraid of me, I will charge after him and kill him. But mate, I'm not running away, I'm just baiting you. I'm just duking you to follow me, because if you follow me, I'm gonna kill you. And this is the thing, because Kutuzov is such a limber and fast cruiser. So I can run away from this Colorado, I can maneuver, and I can just put down my rain of fires upon him, starting fires on his deck and on his superstructure, and he won't be really able to fire as efficient back towards me, because I will maneuver all the time. He may be hitting me with one round or something, but he won't do so much damage. So this is exactly what I want him to do. I want him to follow me, so I can just put him on fire after fire after fire, while he pretty much does nothing to me. Now I think he got wise and understood that it was a bad move to follow me. So I thought he was going away, but then I saw him turn back towards me again, which is his second real big mistake. Because even though I'm a really low health, This ship is such a strong ship and is really dangerous for enemy battleships. So now he has put himself in a position where those two small islands between us will block him for taking shots at me, but I will still be able to take shots at him, which is really bad choice for him to make. Now he's doing his best at trying to maneuver and trying not to get hit by me. But I land a couple of shots at him at least. But he can't really do anything to me right now, so he's just wasting time. And he will never catch up with me either, because I'm too fast for him, so he will never get in a position to fire at me here. And my plan is of course to use this little channel to go directly to sea, which now is totally unprotected, and cap sea cap for our team. Now my torps is up again, and I see him hold pretty much true to his course, so I fire off. And as you see, he just used his repair on that fire I set on him before, and he also uses his damage control party, so both of those are down. He sent up his spotter plane, but I shot it down directly because I don't want him to spot me and I don't want him to spot my torps. So now I just can glide into cover here between those islands here and cap the sea cap for our team. And you see, one of my torps hit the Wyoming and starts a flood. So now I know that he is flooding and he can't do anything about it. Now I just wait for this cap to be complete. I see an enemy torpeds, yeah, in the distance. I wait for just a few seconds to start opening fire on him because I don't want him to fire back and reset my cap. So now when I have the cap, I will start fire, and there goes the enemy Wyoming. He died to my flood, and I got Arsonist because of all the fires I set on him. Now I set my first fire on the turpits, and as usual I keep the island between me and the turpits, and of course he can shoot back at me, but he won't be able to aim properly. Words. Instead I change to this Cleveland, and I get Witherer because I have done so much damage to a couple of ships. And I see a friendly dive bomber coming in, so now I know it's safe for me to pop my smoke and to sit again, hide in my smoke, and just turning on the fires on this Cleveland. I wouldn't be able to do this if that dive bomber wasn't there, because no one would have spotted the Cleveland then for me. So if you're gonna pop your smoke and use your smoke to offensive fire at people, you need to know that they are gonna be spotted, otherwise you just sit there in your smoke, and that's not good for anyone. So we had some base defense, we had 3 kills, Torpit, Torp Flood, Arsonist and Witherer. And that's the game. And as you can see, pretty nice XP, pretty nice credits. Made number 1 in the team, which is always nice. 2,700, almost 2,800 base XP. Some nice damage, nice fire damage. So please leave a like and Do subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content. And thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good one.